Last month, Ariana DeBose hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time. Already a Tony-nominated triple threat on Broadway and a member of the original cast of Hamilton, DeBose has shot recently to Hollywood stardom with an electrifying performance as Anita in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. DeBose won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress, and earlier this month earned an Academy Award nomination as well. Ariana and I got together for a Sunday sit-down at her favorite post-show Broadway hangout. This is your spot, Ariana.
It was like my home away from home. They would turn this basement into the unofficial after party.
It turns out the singing and dancing continue on Broadway, long after the theaters have gone dark for the night.
I just love it here. They treat you like family.
One night in the fall of 2018, Ariana DeBose just had finished her Tony-nominated performance in Summer, the Donna Summer Musical, when the phone rang and her life changed.
You get a phone call that a certain Steven Spielberg wants to see you.
I knew I was going to be asked to sing and dance, and they wanted me to read the sides, and I was like, these are very long sides, so please no. I would be happy to come back if you like what I do, but I gotta go home, go to sleep, so that I can get up and, you know, dance. As a woman of color, when you walk into a room like that, you better be prepared. And I danced, and he enjoyed it, and he asked me to sing, and I sang, and they enjoyed that. And then, you know, he asked me if I would read, and I just said, nope, no, sir. And he said, so you're not going to read? And I said, no, again. And he's like, but you will come back, and I said, I'd be honored.
She did come back, and Spielberg was impressed. He offered DeBose the role of Anita in his new version of the old classic, West Side Story.
And he said, also don't tell anyone for like 3 months.
Oh,
cool?
You called mom, though?
I can't remember if I told her over the phone, because at that point I was like convinced that like maybe I'm being bugged.
Right,
maybe
it's a test.
Maybe it's a test. Like he's definitely listening in.
DeBose steps into the role first played on film by the iconic Rita Moreno, who earned one of the 10 Academy Awards West Side Story won 60 years ago.
Did that feel daunting, or were you just excited to get a new look at it and a modern take on it?
I had my fair share of run-ins with big fans of the film who were like, Rita Moreno is always going to be my favorite Anita. And I was like, that is so good for me. Exit stage left. You take it in stride.
You met with Rita, and she sort of gave her blessing,
She
maybe
did.
passed the torch a little bit. That had to be nerve-wracking, I
Oh,
imagine.
yeah, I had a full-blown panic attack, and I hid under the bleachers. It was fine. And I'm very grateful to have someone like Rita on my side. You know, my father is Puerto Rican. He wasn't really around. I didn't have direct access to my Hispanic heritage. It was a very vulnerable experience for me to make this movie, but it's also one of the greatest experiences I've ever had, because it showed me how accepting this community can be.
Oye, Javi, ponle fuego, vamos!
From winning the Golden Globe to hosting SNL to now having an Oscar nomination.
It's wonderful. It's phenomenal. Like, there actually aren't enough adjectives, to be frank. When I was a kid, I watched the Oscars, and I was like, oh, everybody says, and I'd like to thank the Academy. And
Right.
I kid you not, I would sit on the floor in my grandmother's living room and mouth the words I'd like to thank the Academy
Did
with
you
them.
really?
I did. I really did. So to now be a nominee, it's wild. The industry's changing, listening in a different way, and people are talking about firsts right now. I've been told I'm the first Afro-Latina, the first openly queer woman of color to be nominated for an Oscar. I was like, that's cool. It's cool to be first, because in my mind, that's indicative that there will be more.
That acceptance speech was perfected in North Carolina, where DeBose was raised by her single mother, a teacher, who took her prodigious daughter to ballet, tap, and jazz lessons beginning at age 3.
I think your mom says you came out of the womb dancing. Like, this was always...
Yeah.
We were always going to end up here in one form or another,
Probably.
with you as a performer of some kind.
Yeah.
After a high school trip to New York to see a chorus line on Broadway, DeBose knew just where she wanted to be.
There was just an energy that I understood and that I felt like understood me. I finally saw myself, and it wasn't about seeing necessarily skin color. It was just about seeing people who were doing the things I loved at the level that I believed I could do it at.
After a brief stint in college, DeBose moved at 19 to New York City. She soon was cast in her first Broadway show, the high-energy musical Bring It On.
Screaming our names out loud.
In 2015, DeBose became a member of the original company of Hamilton, the musical phenomenon that won 11 Tony Awards.
Here it is.
Wait, is it still here? It's there! It's there! That's me!
That's
Isn't that
you!
weird? Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. A little show called Hamilton.
Tiny.
Did pretty well,
Yeah.
from what I read in the trades.
It didn't suck, apparently.
No, that's you should put that on the marquee.
Hamilton, it doesn't suck.
What was it like in those days? I remember it was like Woodstock out here
I
on
know.
46th Street. They had to shut down the street, and there were people waiting to see you guys come in and come out at the stage door.
I only ever feel like I saw crowds like that for, huge movie stars at award shows.
Right.
Or, like, oh my God, Angelina and Brad are here. Or it really was like a hurricane. I watched my friends and my colleagues become rock stars. I learned a lot from their experience.
Now standing at center stage, DeBose hopes to inspire a new generation.
I mean, I surely never actually thought I'd be Academy Award nominee, Ariana DeBose. But that happened. So if that can happen for me, there's no reason that your dreams can't come true.
Well, I hope you get the chance to say the words that you rehearsed on your grandmother's floor.
That's very scary. That's a very scary thought, Willie. Oh no!
Putting it in the universe. Let's just get it out there. If you have not already seen Ariana's Oscar-nominated performance in the theater, West Side Story begins streaming on Disney Plus this Wednesday, March 2nd. Our big thanks to Bond 45 in New York's Theater District for hosting our conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sitdown podcast to hear the full-length interview with Ariana DeBose. You can find that on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get yours.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.